Right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Love Island cast. I am Chris Phelps, and my co-host today is not Mr. Dave Horrocks, it's Mr. Asa Caton. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm very well, my friend. Thank you for coming on. Getting the FOS, bat signal.
So, Chris, before we crack on, I do need your help with something. I'm almost 3/4 the way through this packet of prawn crackers, and I've not come up with a single fortune yet. So, what's going on? Where am I going wrong, mate?
Well, Asa, as I mentioned in the last episode, it wasn't one of my finest moments. It was what can only be described as a Stretford fuck-up. So let's just move swiftly on and never talk about it ever again, because without saying that, we could actually be sponsored by a prawn cracker company at some point down the line, Asa. But yeah, it wasn't one of my best moments.
No, wait. I have just pulled out a fortune. And it says that this joke has got a long way to run just yet.
Moving on, Asa. Terrible. Right, now that is awful. Let me carry on now. You've put me right off my flow. Now, Mr. Dave Horrocks, who's obviously the co-host, he's not here today, but he has been kind enough to leave a voicemail. So if you are missing a bit of Dave, and I've got to say, Asa, you're going to love this. Somebody from work, my good friend Kempy, Mr. Steve Kemp, listens to it, and he said, I absolutely love the podcast. I put it on about 6:30. He went, your mate's got a great voice. He went, in fact, both of your mates have got a great voice, because obviously he's sick of the sight of me and hearing my voice all day. So I said, all right. I said, why? He went, because within 3 minutes I'm fucking asleep. It's like, yeah. He said, wow. Especially Dave. So sorry, Dave, if you're listening. And then he goes, and then I will wake up and I'll listen to it properly. He said, but you guys literally will put me to sleep within 3 minutes.
Kemper, yeah? All right, I'll keep an eye out for him.
I don't think he's going to post anything, but he is on my Facebook. So thanks very much, Steve, for giving me that little laugh.
Hey, guys. Sorry I couldn't be there tonight, but I'm sure you've got plenty to discuss, and so I'm not going to say anything about Tommy the Jackhammer. I'm sure you'll touch on that a bit. But I just wanted to say I was screaming at the TV screen tonight at Yewande and Danny. I just get so frustrated. I'm not sure what she expects. I've seen plenty of social media response saying, oh, Danny's going to do the dirty on Yewande. What? She's got no one to blame except herself. So I think, if Danny goes off, I think it'll be purely engineered by Yewande herself. Anyway, have fun, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.
What do you want to start with, my friend? Go. You have the floor as always. Go for it.
So I think we've got to start right at the beginning of the episode, and that was the introduction of Arabella.
Yep.
And what an introduction it was.
Hey, so you better not have been saying too much side-eye there, son.
I can guarantee you when I listen back to this in the car with my worldie of a fiance, I'll probably be getting the side eye.
Well, Asa, I've got to say, she is a supermodel. She's came in there, and it looks like she's going to ruffle a couple of feathers. But good old Curtis pulls out a movie-like response to seeing her lay there on the sun lounger. And I've got to say, already, it's been gifted, it's been maimed already, it's been everywhere on the internet. Yeah, Curtis was the first one to see her. And I'll be honest, Dave. Oh, my word. Sorry, Ace. I'm used to saying Dave. That is terrible.
Wow.
Dave's absolutely laughing his head off at this point. Now, I'll be honest with you, Asa, it looks a bit too convenient that she went after Danny. And Yewande, for me, oh, my God. And I'm going to say this because I'm going to read out a review we got later. But she is a slapped arse, my friend.
I said to you straight after the episode, I really don't want to spend any airtime talking about Yewande. I think she's an absolute waste of space. I don't know. I said yesterday or the day before when I was on the cast, I really can't work out what her game plan is. And I think there was an element when Arabella came in. I think she knew going for Danny would create a reaction between Danny and Yewande, and I think that's why she did it.
Yeah.
And you could see, going through the episode that it did create the reaction that she expected. But it was just there's just nothing about her.
No, there isn't. It's a shame. I can't work out whether, I said to you when we did our show, and when obviously I did it with Dave yesterday, I can't work out whether she thought she'd play the downtrodden girl who's sort of been mistreated by the fellas and hoping that Danny sort of pies her off so she gets a sympathy vote, or she's been that burnt in the past that she's so defensive towards people. I don't know. And I agree with you. She just seems like one of them characters that she doesn't realise what show she's on, to be honest.
But you and Dave have mentioned this a couple of times in the past. I think I have as well, that actually, yeah, she's been so burnt by somebody or something that's happened in the past. And that's the way she's behaving. That's why she's behaving the way she is. But what I would say is that there's been a few occasions over the last couple of days where she's said to the girls, "Oh yeah, I'm holding back. I'm just keeping him keen." Yeah, that's so it doesn't stack up.
No, it's not worked well for her at all, has it? Absolute garbage. Now, Asa, with Arabella coming in, only one man comes to light. The absolute superstar. I've got to say, it was comedy from the fact that Anton is running around like a little school kid. Shower, shave, everything.
I had the Benny Hill theme tune in my head as he was running around the house.
But he runs into the shower thing. But then he comes out like he's too cool. Like, all right, yeah. That was fucking
absolutely
stupid.
Hilarious. I love that.
And Dave's actually said to me after he'd done his voicemail, he said, "You've got to put this in about," he said, "just pure Brent." And it was just purely ridiculous. And I can't work the guy out. He seems very genuine. He's saying a lot of things in the last few episodes where you think, but somebody, it's just bullshit.
It's very clever because he is that preening peacock, and they made a big meal of him running around the house. He was in the shower. He was zipping around like an excited puppy, and he running out, and he's, "Oh yeah, I've got to get my aftershave on. I've just got up, got to get my aftershave on," and he got out, and they built it up to this. Anton he's gone off like a rocket on a number of occasions now. Yeah. And they set it up as though he was going to run out into the kitchen. He was just going to trip over his words, trip over his tongue almost. And he got out there and he was just like, "Yeah, hi, I'm Anton."
How you doing?
What? Yeah. Very, very funny TV. Very funny.
It was ridiculous. And I'm not jumping too far ahead, Asa, but I've got to say, I think Tommy was showing Molly his ATAT last night. When he was quoting Mr. Horrocks, I think he had his Star Wars toys out because I think we had a bit of the old genetic jackhammer going on there. He hasn't been confirmed, but
I think he was getting his blaster out.
It's not been confirmed, but I do like one of the tweets Dave threw out there, which was the Grease bit, tell me more, because I think we're going to hear about that a little bit tonight, because obviously the guys in the room must genuinely have heard something going on there.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a couple of them that were at it last night.
Yeah, literally
doing bits.
It looked like bits, Ace, I'll tell you now. It was a good episode. I think, like I say, it was mainly centred around Danny. Obviously, Arabella took him on a date, Danny and Anton. She seemed to connect with Danny really well. He genuinely looked like there was something there. And I don't think he's been unreasonable. And what I couldn't work out is Yewande's very much like Amy, where when she's trying to justify something, I don't know whether she trips up on her words or she gets that flustered, but it don't make any fucking sense. She was trying to justify him walking past her and that. And it's like, well, you've been horrible to him. You've blanked him for the best. And then I don't believe the kiss tonight at all, because I just didn't buy into the fact that was nothing more than forced because she was feeling a bit jealous, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what you thought was going through Danny's mind, because what you saw as you went through the program, Yewande was obviously making a big fuss about the fact that he'd gone off on this date even before he'd left the villa. She was saying to the girls, "Oh, he's not going to come over before he goes." Yeah. Yeah. Almost in the same breath as saying to the girls, "I'm just playing it cool." Yeah. So that was she's just a real contradiction to herself at the minute. Yeah, but then you saw Danny's mindset as you went through the program. He was like, he was excited to go on a date with somebody that he thought wanted to spend time with him, as opposed to always having to try 110% with Yewande. They got on really well. They came back to the villa, and then you saw Yewande's reaction, and it was an overreaction on every part from her.
Yeah,
because she was getting upset, and then he went to calm her down, and then she had a chat with a couple of the people in the villa, and they almost coached her into saying to Danny, "Oh, you've got to go and show him the love and go and tell him that you like him." And she went off and did that, and they had the kiss. And I think the only thing that sticks out to me is that when she did that, Danny was saying, "Oh yeah, this is great. This is music to my ears. This is exactly what I wanted to hear." But then in the preview for tomorrow's show, what you see at the end is Danny pretty much saying, "Yeah, actually, I'm not too sure about you." And he sat there with Arabella saying, "We've not got the chemistry that me and you have got." His head's been turned.
Big time. And also, I know you give me a lot of abuse while we were watching it before, but I'm not Team Mora. I'm not going on another team. I think I'm Team Arabella now. But Team Mora give him some proper good home truths. Now, she's after him straight away. They did a bit of truth or dare, didn't they? Or marry, snog, marry, avoid. And she said, well, Danny, straight away. And I was thinking, I was expecting Tommy. And you could see Yewande was not happy. And then it was a case of, she has a chat with Danny. And she just goes, are you serious? There's nothing there. Just drop her. And you've got to give her respect for that. Because she was saying what everyone else was thinking to me. As much as I think she's an absolute fucking nut job, I think. I genuinely believe that when she has it on her chest, she just tells it how it is.
Yeah, and I think you've got to temper that a little bit by the fact that obviously she now, well, I don't think she has feelings for Danny. I think she's got feelings for everybody and every bloke in the house.
Yeah.
But I think she's probably got her eye on Danny as possibly somebody to couple up with and save herself at the next round. So you've got to temper that a little bit, but what she was saying to Danny was absolutely spot on. Do you think there's anything there with Yewande? And he was saying like, yeah, well, we're working towards it. And she was like, no, get a grip, man.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
Perfect, Ace. And that's what you want. And I've got to say, I did see a little bit of editing there straight away. And Sam actually pulled me up on this. So I'm giving her full credit for this. She said, where the hell's Tom in this episode? And that, for me, Asa says he's going.
Yeah, I said that. I
think Lucy could be going as well, to be fair, because she's not been shown a lot over the last few days, because obviously she's not paired up. I think Anton might pair with her to see, what her goal is. I don't know whether her head's going to be turned. But, Asa, the more exciting news, and I was right what I said about them having another house, it's actually called Casa Amore, and they're going to bring in a load of lads and a load of girls, and it's going to be fucking marvellous, and I cannot wait.
It was Casa Amore last year, wasn't it, when Jack Fincham went off and his ex-girlfriend was in there.
Danny.
So,
his ex-girlfriend. Yes, sorry, yeah.
So, just wondering what tricks they'll pull this year.
Oh, it's going to be marvellous TV. I love all this I love the fact that they always show a video of what they've been getting up to, the boys and girls, don't they? And it's usually somebody is copping off with somebody they shouldn't be, and I absolutely revel in this nonsense.
So when do we think the next coupling is going to be?
Well, obviously there's going to be no show on Saturday. I think it'll be Sunday. Yeah. It could be Sunday, and it could be an eviction. But it will be an eviction if there's a recoupling. So it could be that, and then it may be next week we're leading to Casa Amore. I don't know. And this sounds even more fucking ridiculous as we're talking about this, Asa, but I absolutely love it.
So the loose ends we've got at the minute are Tom, Lucy, Anton, Arabella,
Mora, really. Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah, potentially.
Oh, and that Jordan and Anna, that's a bit of a weird one.
I think Jordan and Anna are going to couple up. And I think I'd class Danny and Yewande as a pair of loose ends at the minute. I don't think they'll couple up.
You know what? That's a very good point, actually. I'll change my prediction, and I'm going to say that Danny is going to bin off Yewande, and I'm going with Yewande and Tom to go. What about yourself?
Yeah, okay. So I think everyone's picked up on the fact that Tom wasn't edited into the programme much tonight. So I think he's not long for the villa. and the rest will come down to the coupling. I think it's very difficult to call because you've got quite a few in there that will play on friendships and try and save. I think you've got some people that are close from the original entrance into the villa that will couple up and try and save each other. So I think Anton's going to be pretty safe, whatever. I think the producers will try and keep him in because he's still the entertainment.
Yeah, I agree, Asa. And again, so much to talk about. And I just love it. I love the dynamic of there's just absolute fucking nonsense that goes on. And it is, because at the end of this, you've watched it before. I know you've not been as ardent a fan as you have this series, but you have watched it. Dave hasn't. And Dave, as we're recording this, he's already texted me saying he's missing the show. And I know Mr. Horrocks, the absolute whirlwind cynic, he's actually watching the show twice. He's watching double sittings of it and everything to get his fix. And I've already had a text, saying he can't wait for the first look tomorrow and stuff. So, yeah, he's proper gone, full fanboy. And I'll be completely open with you, Asa. I will do it this year. Jordan's ordered the cup, the Love Island, the actual water cup with your name on. Yeah. Jordan, she's ordered it. Well, I think we have to invest in one. And if Mr. Horrocks hasn't got one by the end of this, it's about another 5 weeks left, I'm going to be disappointed.
Here's a fun game for you. If you go onto the website to order them, Emma, my fiance, ordered one last year, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest. I was going to order one. If you go on there and put the name Asa in, ASA, I almost ordered one last year. But when you put your name in, it shows you what it looks like, and it literally looks like somebody's just thrown some paint at a fucking plastic. It looks like somebody's thrown some paint at a plastic bottle. I thought, I'm not going to bother.
I thought you were going to say he said arse or something. You would say that. I suppose Chris, my full name's Christian, isn't it? So I suppose I'd have to get my full name. But I have been tempted, but I'd have to keep it within the house. So luckily, I don't go to the gym anymore. I train at home, so I wouldn't have to worry about people seeing me come anywhere. But yeah, thanks, Ace. It's been great. I want to read out, actually. I've got a couple of new reviews we've had, Ace, if you don't mind.
Oh, nice.
So if you do like the show and you do like what we do, me and Dave, and obviously Ace is becoming part of the furniture now as part of the scenery.
I have to say, I did like that review yesterday.
Yeah, I fucking bet you did.
Yeah, there was a nice review there saying that, they were enjoying my input into the show. So thanks for that. I've obviously got my fans out there as well. Thank you very much.
I'm not even answering that. But yeah, thanks for that review. That was a good review yesterday. Now, we've had 2 new reviews, so thank you very much. The first one is by Eddie Rue. So thank you, Eddie. Better than the morning after. Down-to-earth take on all things Love Island from 2 Manchester lads. Let's get into that in a minute, Asa. Happy to cut through the BS and call out those being Mardarses. So I'm taking full thingy for saying Mardarses. Caught this on episode 9 and ended up going back and listening from the start. So thanks, Eddie. Really, really appreciate your support and enjoying the show. And before we go into the second review, Asa, I think Mr. Horrocks is not very happy with the fact that it's saying 2 Manchester lads. I'm really happy because we had the debate, didn't we, about where we all came from. And obviously he's sort of Liverpool, Cheshire area. What do you when he lived down here, really? Sort of Manchester. You're sort of Manchester, but I am fully Mancunian, so I can take full responsibility for that review. So Eddie's become one of my new favourite people.
You're definitely the only full fat mank on the show.
Full of bullshit. That's usually what everyone says about me. Now, the next one is by Maddie Sadie. So thank you, Maddie. Maddie Sadie, sorry. And it's entitled So Funny. I've only started watching Love Island last year and I'm totally hooked. These cats are hilarious, just catching up on them. I've binge listened to them over the last few days. So thank you very much, Maddie Sadie. Again, me and Dave and Ace are so humbled because we weren't expecting anybody to listen to it and we're having so much fun calling out. And if there is stuff anyone's listening to, don't agree with us, then just tell us. There's no problem. If you want to leave us a message, use Anchor. The link's on our bio on Twitter, and leave a voicemail, and we'll either read it in the we'll either play it in the show, or we'll read it out to everyone, and we'll debate what you think. And if you do like the show, like these reviews you've read out the last couple of days, please go over to your podcast catching site and leave us a 5-star review. And any feedback is duly warranted. And also, Asa, let's get all these plugs in. On Twitter, if you want to get in contact and interact on Twitter, and if you want to see how good our gift game is, because me and Dave have a competition every night at 9 o'clock, so you can get the best daft tweet out there and see if we can get something to go viral at Love Island Cast, or if you want to email us, which a few people have, it's the loveislandcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, Asa, we won't go into what band you're in, because obviously it's not a Liam Gallagher band, it's a Noel Gallagher band, but obviously Dave called you out in the last one. Where can everyone get you in your band, my friend?
So people can go onto Facebook and follow AKA Noel Gallagher Tribute. You'll find us there with all our gig dates. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, which is at AKA Noel G. Gigs coming up, you will find us in Preston at Rockprest.
Oh, thank you, Asa, for coming on. And that SOS signal was sent out and you were there this evening. Dave unfortunately couldn't make it because he's catching up on all the other 4 series that have been before this, because he's absolutely obsessed this man. I don't think he's sleeping or anything. So we've missed you, Dave. We haven't slated you. You are a fanboy without a doubt, and me and Asa are the only Mancunians on the show. So take care, everyone. We'll see you again next time.
Cheers, Chris.